Hey guys, what is going on? It is DaBoki here once again, and it is time for Maple Monday. It is April 30th, 2012, and it is time for another glorious Maple Monday. So today we're going to go ahead and get into some submissions, as well as some news, events, updates, and another little topic that we'll be talking about later on today. Now we're going to go ahead and look at some Maple Monday submissions from the past week. Thank you guys so much for you who submitted a Maple Monday submission and worked on it. It was really awesome to receive those. They're a lot of fun always, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with Mr. Matt again. He drew an awesome picture of Tammy. As you can see here, there's a mushroom being slain by a little steely or that's what Tammy is thinking in her bubble, and it's all colorful and nice looking. I always love it when you guys draw pictures because I'm not a very good drawer, but it's so much fun to look at your guys' drawings because they're really cool and they're really entertaining. So thank you, Matt, for taking the time and drawing Tammy out. Next goes to Eric. Eric drew, or actually didn't draw, but he made a little comic skit with his character. Looks like him and his friend. He is asking for Mesos the right way. If you guys watched my previous Maple Monday, I kind of explained how I would want someone to ask me for Mesos, and Eric acted it out perfectly. Thank you, Eric, for doing that. Mal Long submitted an interesting picture. His picture was him walking to LHC, excuse me. And he said that he found a very interesting glitch on the way there. As you can see, there's someone just floating with a lonely little heart, all alone, naked, bean face, with some interesting hair. Or is that a chair? I'm not too quite sure, but it's very interesting, and thank you, Mal Long, for taking the time to taking a screenshot of that picture and sharing it with Maple Monday. So if you guys see anything interesting like that, do not be afraid or scared. It's just a poor little lonely bean face sitting out there in the cold Elnath. Ooh. Alright, so the next one is Rachel's submission. She actually has a video of herself leveling up to 200. Her IGN is iRandomAaron, and she is in the server Kiney. So if you guys see her, congratulate her for reaching 200. I always love 200 parties. They're always a lot of fun to go to. Again, that's iRandomAaron by Rachel. And Brage sent a Minecraft MapleStory picture. Now, these are always fun to look at because there are two games on my channel that I love to play dearly, Minecraft plus MapleStory. So we got a mixture of both worlds here. He made a Minecraft pixelated version of his friend. It looks like you see here, it's a very big scale. Took a lot of time and effort. You got all those different colored dyes in there. Now each one of those little pixels, if you look closely enough, are a single block. So that is a lot of skill there, and it's really cool. So that is a creation that is awesome because you're bringing in MapleStory with Minecraft. So that is cool. Last but not least, the submission we're going to go ahead and take a look at is from my good friend Christina and Steve. Christina actually drew this. She is a very good artist. This is actually a little drawing she just drew really quick for Maple Monday. It's her describing her android as Steve. You guys know him as True Metroid. He is as you can see, he is on the right side enjoying his, because she is jumping. We all had that experience of our android just jumping crazily all over the map, and as well as those little more special androids. As you can see, Christina, she always ends up with the little special ones. Now we like to call them special, but remember, they are very special because they give us attack. So just remember, like Christina's little bubble says, if you think your android just looks totally dumb and weird, just remember that it's for attack. It's for attack. It's for attack. The next comic she submitted was an awesome one. This is one of my favorite ones by her. Hey, True, I finally learned the legendary spirit skill. Come watch. Ooh. Oh. Ah. Yeah, okay, well maybe I should have read that, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the comic. She hand drew these, so it's really cool. She's an art major, and she's the one that actually drew my DaBoki character. If you guys have me added on Facebook, or if you see my little profile picture for YouTube, that is actually a drawing by Christina. So she actually drew that for me, and it is awesome. And she is a professional artist. All right, guys. So again, if you guys have any Maple Monday submissions, do not forget to submit them to me because I love receiving them. And guys, for you that didn't get shown on today's Maple Monday submissions, do not fear because I still have them all saved in a folder, and I will be sharing a lot more later. So guys, just keep them coming, keep them sending, and I will be showing them soon. The next thing we're gonna go ahead and get into is the news, the events that are happening on MapleStory that are coming up. As you might have seen on the website, the 7th anniversary is coming up for MapleStory. That is 7 years of MapleStory. Congratulations for you guys that have played since the beginning of time, since the beta, the alpha, the omega. I'm not sure if there is an omega, but we're just gonna go ahead and say that there is. 7, lucky 7. So we all know that 7 is a pretty lucky number. So probably MapleStory is going to be doing some intense events and giveaways for this year's anniversary. The website seems like it's going to be a pretty good time, and May is the anniversary. If you guys didn't know, MapleStory was developed in the month May. I'm not really sure what day exactly, but it's sometime in May. And as you can see, we got some MapleStory competition with the ladies of MapleStory. We got Valerie, Lillian, and the Empress Cygnus. Who do you think will win? I would have to say, I'm not even sure. I don't know, Lamb's not on there, so I can't even cast my vote. Exclusive MapleStory items, of course, we got some awesome new cash shop items and coin shop items, as well as it looks like some more events. 7th anniversary Maple items. They're always fun to get. I love those events. And then we got something interesting that seems like we got 7 Fridays that we have to log on to achieve something for a giveaway or some sort of like that. It's a 7-week long item giveaway. So every Friday, for 7 Fridays, they're going to do some sort of giveaway, bake-off that is happening, as well as a prize of a digital camera. You can take pictures of your computer screen and really enjoy that. And other than that, we got Big Puff Daddy GM coming in, and it seems like you can hang out with some awesome GMs. Be nice out there, guys, because I know when you see a GM, you're just going to rant and rage. Oh, you need to fetch MapleStory. I guess you can just beg for an awesome chair that they always show off with. Since the 7th anniversary is coming up and great events are happening, we can kind of reminisce a little bit about the past and about a little bit of the old school MapleStory. You guys know that the old veterans out there love talking about old school MapleStory and how it's so much better from the new one. And that's because, of course, everyone thinks that the original is always the best. But new is always good too, but we just kind of miss the old because we don't have it. Like, we miss the N64. We miss the first of the movie series, like the very original Star Wars. We miss, like, the old stuff, right? We kind of miss the old things. And I kind of noticed that, like, on the forums on Basil a lot of times, or on Sleepywood, post your oldest screenshots because we want to see how old you are. I don't think that people should discriminate whether you guys are newer players or older players. I think since we just play MapleStory in general, we're all awesome. Some of the older players, you know, before Big Bang, before the 4th jobs, before all these things, when we just had 3 classes, the Warrior, Mage, and Archer, we seem like we're leading away from that. We're getting in all these new classes, which are like hybrids, dual bladers, Mercedes. We got the Evan with the huge dragon falling behind it. Warriors don't even feel like warriors anymore. They got flash jump, and it's just like, it's crazy, right? It's this thing that they're bringing all these new things. I just want to go ahead and take this time to just look back at some of the really fun times in MapleStory. Maybe you guys can reminisce a little bit. I remember back way before, of course, Big Bang, when I was with my little fish sticks character, my bowmaster, or he was an archer. There was no such thing as bowmasters back then. I was training in Wild Boars, right? And Wild Boars is this place, it's a hidden street map. I don't know if you guys knew or know about Wild Boars, but it's next to Perion, and you just train there. They're level 30 monsters, and you were supposed to train there from level 30 to 70. Okay, the Wild Boars. Now, back then, us Maplers, we thought of more training as quantity over quality. So it doesn't matter how much EXP the monster gives, just as long as there's a good spawn rate, it'll make up for anything. And there wasn't reduced EXP ratio for how high of a level you are, and all that good stuff. So I was at Wild Boars for a very long time, and I remember Sins, those thieves out there just KSing the poop out of everyone, right? They were the KSing machine. And it's just so ironic because after Sins, it was Bishops, right? Because of their mass spam Genesis. And after Bishops, well, now what is it? Everyone can just one-hit the monsters, so it doesn't even matter, right? But yeah, so I mean, it's just the class that has the most area of effect. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I do miss the old MapleStory a lot. I miss the old feel to it, where you're just like more of trying to bond with each other, the community sense of coming together instead of just powering out levels by yourself nowadays, because it seems like it's just all solo play, right? It's like, you're in my map, CC please, you mad bro? And it's just like all this junk and trash talk, you know, and it's just like, it's not about party anymore, like, and no one can really like type well, and it's just like, it's crazy. I think that we can still bring back the community sense of MapleStory. I know some of the smaller worlds are struggling. I feel like Kiney is it's kind of a medium populated world, but there's still, you know, really just blank spots. I remember when back in like old days where just every channel you go to, there's just someone there, and like you would either be like friends with them or enemies. So it was like, everyone knew each other, and it was like really cool. It was like really like close. It's a really nice community, but I guess a lot of stuff changed. I think we can just still bring that oldness into the new MapleStory. So I think that's kind of like a little project us Maplers can work on, is just kind of building that Maple community back up. Just not only worrying about yourself on how powerful you are or how much percent stat you have, but maybe more of how well your community is doing in general, because I think we do miss that a lot about old MapleStory. I think that's one of the most things we do miss. But yeah, so that's your time, guys, to go ahead and leave in the comment section of what you guys miss most about older MapleStory. Maybe some of you newer players, you can kind of give your feedback on what you saw that just changed recently that you missed, or something like that. Because we are tired of hearing always on forums and people saying that we miss old MapleStory, everything is broken about MapleStory, and yada yada yada. But really, it's what makes MapleStory broken is us, right? It's how we change and how we change as a player. Yeah, sure, new items come in, new potential tiers, and new alien cubes, and new metals and androids and pets and stuff like that, but really it's how we take it in, correct? Maybe not, maybe so, but it's how we portray this new stuff coming in as a community. Because if we let those things come in and break our community apart, then that's our fault for having it change. So it's not really Nexon's fault. Okay, take that back. Yes, it is Nexon's fault for bringing in all those new items, for tempting us with their devious ways. But I mean, we can help ourselves, right? We can try to kind of control ourselves from not letting us become that type of Mapler, and still have that old sense. KMS, for some reason when I played KMS, it still had that old feeling to it. Like, it was kind of like old antique. You're still training at the same old places. Like the people, there's a lot of people, and you can bond with them, commute with them if you spoke Korean, which I don't, so I couldn't really communicate with them, so I was kind of feeling like a loner. But I mean, other than that, I still felt that old MapleStory in there. So I think this will go ahead and lead into the next Maple Monday challenge. And if just a reminder, every Monday I will have a challenge for you guys to do. You guys don't have to do it. You guys can do anything else MapleStory related, but the challenge is just something for a guideline, a little line you guys can follow to achieve a victory of making content for Maple Monday submissions. I want you guys to go ahead and take a screenshot. I want you guys to take a screenshot, maybe in your favorite location in MapleStory or a training map or somewhere. Just you and like a whole bunch of people. And I want you to like gather up people and try to take a screenshot in your server. And when you send it to me, make sure you tell me your IGN, your server, any of your friends in there, as well as the world that you're in, you know, and what the significance, the place means to you maybe. So yeah, go ahead and send that again to TheDaBoki@gmail.com. That'll be fun to look at. So again, just take a picture with you guys and a whole bunch of people, and that will be pretty cool. I want to see that community base grow again in MapleStory. I think that would be really nice to see and achieve, especially those players that are kind of feeling left out. Just go ahead and grab them. You see someone lonely, just say, hey, let's go take a screenshot really quick. You know, I want to go ahead and submit this from DaBoki's Maple Monday submission. So I know you guys are like, oh, come on, DaBoki, we just want to train and be powerful, you know, this community crap. But I mean, hey, it's kind of a different thing, right? It's just something to keep us entertained and occupied a little bit. Summer's coming up, time to meet new friends. Why not start now? So guys, like always, thank you so much for watching. This has been DaBoki, and we'll be seeing you guys later.